In this lesson, we are solving equations quadratic in form by using substitution. The first equation is x to the fourth plus 3x squared minus 4 equals 0. I want to rewrite this equation in the form a times something in parentheses squared plus b times the same thing in parentheses plus c equals 0. Well, in this case, I can write this as x squared plus 3 times x squared in parentheses again, minus 4 equals 0. We will do what we call a u substitution for the thing in parentheses, which is x squared here, and that gives me u squared plus 3u minus 4 equals 0, which factors into u plus 4 times u minus 1 equals 0. We set each factor equal to 0, resulting in u equals negative 4 and u equals 1. Remember, we're solving for x, not for u, so I will replace the u with x squared in each of these equations. X squared equals negative 4, x squared equals 1. X squared equals negative 4 has no real solution. X squared equals 1 has the solutions of negative 1 and positive 1. So our solution here is x equals negative 1 or positive 1. Next is an example you can try on your own. Solve the equation x to the sixth plus 7x cubed equals 8 using substitution. The next equation is t to the 2/3 minus 2t to the 1/3 minus 3 equals 0. I can rewrite this as t to the 1/3 squared minus 2t to the 1/3 minus 3 equals 0, and letting u be equal to t to the 1/3 here, I will have u squared minus 2u minus 3 equals 0, factoring into u minus 3 times u plus 1 equals 0. Setting each factor equal to 0 gives me u equals 3 and u equals negative 1. This time we will replace u with t to the 1/3. So I have t to the 1/3 equals 3 and t to the 1/3 equals negative 1. Cubing each side will give me, first of all, t equals 27, and then t equals negative 1. So the solutions t equals 27 and t equals negative 1. The next problem is x plus square root of x equals 20. As you notice, we have a 20 on the right hand side where I would prefer to have a 0. So I'm going to start by subtracting 20 from each side, and then looking at x as being the square root of x squared plus the square root of x minus 20 equals 0. Here I will let u equal the square root of x and rewrite my equation as u squared plus u minus 20 equals 0. This factors into u plus 5 times u minus 4 equals 0. Setting each factor equal to 0, I will have u equals negative 5 and u equals 4, and then replacing the u with square root of x. Square root of x equals negative 5, square root of x equals 4. Square root of x equals negative 5 does not have a real solution. Square root of x equals 4 has the solution x equals 16. And we will move on to the next equation. 2x to the negative 2 plus 5x to the negative 1 minus 12 equals 0. Here let's rewrite a bit, beginning with 2 times 1 over x squared plus 5 times 1 over x minus 12 equals 0. And one step further before we do a u substitution, let's write this as 2 times 1 over x squared plus 5 times 1 over x minus 12 equals 0. Here u will be equal to 1 over x, and I can write my equation as 2u squared plus 5u minus 12 equals 0, factoring into 2u minus 3 times u plus 4 equals 0. Setting each factor equal to 0 will give me u equals 3/2 and u equals negative 4. And then substituting 1 over x for u, I will have 1 over x equals 3/2, and 1 over x equals negative 4. Simplifying gives me x equals 2/3 and x equals -1/4. Okay, so our two solutions here. One thing to keep in mind is the quadratic formula. There may be occasions using substitution where you will not be able to factor, and you will need to use the quadratic formula.